Hi, I'm Bronwyn Pickering, a farmer who does comedy.
And I'm Adrian Pickering, an actor. And
yes, we're sisters.
Yes, we're sisters. And this is our podcast
called Is This a Job? Where
we are going to interrogate
and politely interview
and be really kind.
Any creative
warm.
Artists that are out there working out and carving an existence in Australia, because we don't understand it.
We don't understand how to do it.
How do you do it?
Well, we've been doing it, but we want to find out how maybe other people do it better.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
I think so. Like, how do they do it and pay the rent and not be absolutely insane
and lead fulfilling lives that we feel proud of? I would, you know?
Yeah, hopefully there's some pride, but just as long as you're not seeing a therapist too many times a week, I guess that's a bonus. But anyway, we're trying to work out why do we do it?
Yep.
Why do we do it?
Why do we do it? I don't know. I can't do anything else.
Yeah. I've got no skills.
I'm too deep in. I
can't change.
I'm too old. I'm too deep in. I'm knee deep in this shit.
Yeah.
I can't get out.
It's happening.
It is happening every single day.
Well, this is our first record since Christmas.
2025.
Yeah. So the first one of the year. So how are you going? How's your creative life going?
Swimmingly, Bronwyn.
Yeah. Feeling really fulfilled.
I actually am in a strange way, even though like the insanity is high, as you've noticed.
From Christmas.
From me. Yeah. But I do feel really fulfilled. It's been a really fun summer. Lots of just like beaching every day.
Yeah. Oh, that's
really
nice.
fun. Lots of community stuff, bit of bike riding and like gardening and just adventuring kind of stuff, I guess. So like a lot of sort of physical enjoyment. Yeah. Unless like
being mindful, grounded.
Yeah. Well, being very grounded, Yeah. But certainly like
there's no like a building anxiety of like, oh God, this year is starting and we've got to find
thoughts
jobs
that have been going on.
Great.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm having trouble connecting the synapses now.
Yeah. Turn the brain off.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's been really nice.
A little reset before the anxiety.
So good. Maybe the anxiety's just gone now though.
No.
And a puff of smoke of
Maybe.
summer. But how about you?
Well, yep.
40 degrees yesterday.
Yeah, 40 degrees. I was at work. It was pretty crazy. And then went to a gig that was upstairs with like the tiniest aircon in the world.
Was it really hard to walk up the stairs?
Yeah.
Because it was really hot. Oh, okay.
It was really hot.
Good on you. Did you walk up a flight of stairs? Right. Well done.
Okay. So you weren't practicing your empathy and this time off. Yes, it was hot.
Sorry.
The tiniest aircon, and being warm is not conducive to comedy. To anyone feeling good.
Bit stinky.
Yeah. It was a bit weird, very sticky. Yeah. But it was fine. I said what I needed to say. It came out. I got a new little tag. So it was worth it.
Oh, that's good. A couple of sign-ups for the newsletter.
Yeah, the non-existent.
Do you do a newsletter?
No. I can see you're a member. No, but now is like the time of like great anxiety and stress.
Yes, I was going to say you're in a frenzy of writing.
The impending comedy festival. I like can't even like properly think about it, but yes.
Festival too.
Yeah,
just write.
Yeah, writing and figuring it out. Yeah. Yes, because I'm doing a show, Sheepish. Please come along.
And will there be live sheep? Will there be dead?
Yeah, they will not be alive. No, they will not be. Maybe there'll be a part of a sheep. Like
maybe I could get the kids to draw some sheep on cardboard cutouts. And they could be your set. Your backdrop.
I'll definitely use them. Yes. But it's been really nice though, actually, like going through the show process, and like I'm very lucky that I've got like a bunch of friends that help with the writing process and working out jokes. And we've got
someone here
that we've done.
Here's one we prepared earlier.
Here's one who's been politely just ignoring our crazy intro.
I loved
it.
But yeah, so lucky to have like our guest, Bronwyn Kuss, who is a like award-winning comedian. You've won awards.
Award-winning.
You've done the All-Star Galas. You've gone to Edinburgh. You've really, Bron, you've done some stuff.
Broke. It counts for nothing.
That's what it's all for. You know, that inner fulfillment. Not being able to afford like materialistic things.
Who needs more than a jaffle?
I'm saving up my one haircut for before festival.
Yeah.
I'll hold off.
Hold off as long as you can.
I legitimately get 2 a year. One is for like the headshots around September, and then one is for the festival.
When people who have seen the headshots come to see you. Yeah.
So
I'll match that up.
Yeah, you got it. Exactly. So they recognise. Is this the right show?
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing the new hair.
Yeah.
It's great now anyway.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Really suits you. The clean look.
Also saving the shampoo and conditioner for when I leave the house.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But how's your build up to festival going? We were just talking about that. How's your like process? And,
about that it's a stressful time.
Yeah.
It's just have to come to terms with the fact that I'm bombing for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
And then hopefully the bombing stops.
It'll
if
turn
it
into
continues,
something.
then that's
because
an issue.
bombing is like new material.
Yeah, working it out.
Just
Yeah.
working it out and being prepared to suck quite a bit in the creative process of finding what's funny.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because you have to try it out in front of an audience.
Yes.
It'd be great if you could
you
sit
didn't
in
have
your
to.
bedroom and be like, that's funny.
But also
Yeah.
not just once, right? Like you have to try it a few
heaps.
times and then in different ways. It's often just like how you tell the story, not the actual story.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like how the joke is told
Yeah.
and the timing of it. So it's really like
Definitely.
Totally. You might even like write something and you kind of know it's right, but you don't know it well enough or have the confidence in it enough yet that you're not performing it that well.
Yes.
And then you have to get to that point.
Yes.
And then there gets a point where you do it too much and you flog it and then it gets bad again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then how
then
do you recover from
You
that?
bin it and you write something new.
Something new. And then it's festival time for the following year.
That's it. That is the cycle.
The magical cycle. Comedian in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels hard.
It is hard. And you get paid in drinks vouchers.
Yeah.
So
And exposure.
lots of exposure to people
Which,
who are
by
like,
the way,
she's
thank
not
you
very
so
good.
much for doing this podcast. Which is purely, you know, a couple people being exposed to this.
Excellent artists. Yeah. Oh,
Quality
you mean the people
people.
listening.
Listeners. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we get
It's
a
more
few.
than two when they're that good.
Yeah.
The quality is really high. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
It's very supportive.
He's good for tickets, right?
Yeah.
He has been very good for tickets. Yeah. Missed the beginning of Rowan's show last year, but you know.
He missed like legitimately 20 minutes of my show, which only goes
Of a
for
30
50
minute
minutes.
show, a 50 minute
But he had
Yeah. My very first show I did at the Chinese Museum, and it was like, I don't know if you've been to the show, like on the show on the top floor.
Yeah.
Because they don't let you use the lift. You've got to use the stairs. And my mum and my aunt came similarly like 10, 15 minutes into the show. But also they
Took
had
them 20 minutes to go.
and they were so out of breath. So they also walked in the room like,
Someone call 000. Oh my God.
I had to be like, oh, that's just my mum. Sorry.
Can someone get her a water?
Push the heavy breathers up the
Sit
back.
down.
Everyone. Oh my God. What an effort, though.
Yeah. They got
Like
there.
they didn't sit down. You know, when they got to floor 3. They could go.
They had to catch their breath.
Yeah. And good on them for not catching their breath outside for a couple of minutes. You know, they didn't want to miss any more.
No, they were already
came
late.
in.
They got to get in. The show wasn't going that well. So if anything, it was a welcome distraction. There were only 3 other people there.
Who were in too good shape.
The audience doubled.
The audience doubled in that moment. Yeah. And then when the paramedics arrived,
It was a full house.
it was a big night. Yeah.
So something that we ask people, I mean, it's not a very intriguing.
Talk it up.
Intriguing.
Oh my God,
question.
have
It's a
some
very
confidence in
intriguing
it.
question.
Raywin.
Just because I heard someone else ask it and I was like, oh, this is a really great podcast question. And then I heard it on another podcast. And now I'm like, we'll have to come up with
That's
another
the premise
question.
of our whole podcast.
I know. But it was that we get very frustrated with the drop down forms and like what do you put on it as
What do you
someone
say
that
your job is? Occupation.
Admin.
Great. You said that's so quick.
Yeah, I'm not fucking around with people being like, oh, tell us a joke.
Yeah.
Or like whatever the closest thing is.
Even if it's yes.
Do you know
I
what no
definitely
one's going to
understand that in
ask
an
you about?
Uber.
Admin. Yeah.
Okay, so Uber.
But if it was
admin.
like a government, like
Census
a
form.
tax thing or something.
Admin.
Melbourne Comedy Festival form.
Admin. They think I work for them. It's great.
You might actually make some money
get
out of
From
it.
the inside.
That is the
So
actual trick.
that's how you do it. Yeah. Okay. We're all learning something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
And mostly any other work I've ever done is admin.
yeah.
You know, just stick to what I know.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Are you a really fast typer?
Nah, it's shocking.
You're
You don't
still
have to
doing
be
the
good at admin
Mavis
to do
speech.
Do
admin.
admin? Don't you?
No, I
There are
once
people
didn't
like climbing
move
the ladder of admin.
for so long. The sensor light above me turned off.
Oh, wow.
I had to roll my chair out. I was like, oh. That's my dream job.
Yeah.
If I can keep getting away with
can
that.
do it
But
in the
people
dark.
notice after a while.
What sort of office has
Wow.
sensor lights in the
Government offices, so they don't pay.
Wanting to save money.
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
go for a really long trip to the toilet,
Yeah, it's like,
the light goes
oh,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Where's she go?
Well, every little bit of energy counts, I guess, doesn't it? Why keep
That
the
is
lights
so
on when
funny.
you don't need to? Wow.
That's
Wow.
very funny.
Maybe you're just really efficient,
yeah.
you know, with your movements.
Yeah.
So maybe
Maybe.
so you don't do the typing like this, like
Yeah.
the two. I was thinking about that today and wondering if kids learn it at school how to type.
Oh, now that it's all thumbs.
Oh yeah, do they? Well, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
or
yeah.
how to
Is it
text.
just different? Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you know, I didn't learn any of that because maybe it was just the type of school. I don't know. Went to a bit of an alternative school. Maybe. Did you learn how to touch type?
Yeah.
Oh.
We had a computer room.
Are you good at it?
Yeah. I actually really enjoyed those like typing games, you know, the Mavis
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
ones, whatever they were called. Yeah. You'd
yes,
like
that rings
you'd
a bell.
have to like you were racing something.
Yeah.
And you're
Is
trying
this-
to type as quick as
Am
you
I
can.
making this up, or was there one with a windshield
Yes.
and the
there were
letters-
bugs?
Yeah, but there were bugs.
And
but
you
then
had to type quick enough
The
to,
words
to
were the bugs
wipe
or
the
something.
bugs
Yeah, or the
off or
letters were
something.
bugs
to
or
not hit the
something.
bugs.
Or as
Something.
And then if you typed
That's what is
your
in my
car
head.
speed was correlated
Yeah.
to how fast you were
You
typing.
go faster and faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't that
Oh,
equal
yeah.
more bugs though? Crashing into the window? Maybe not.
I don't know. There
Maybe
was
less.
something.
Let's bring it back.
I can remember my best friend Elise was really like she learned how she
Very good
went into
typer.
admin and she was
Yeah.
such a good typer. Yeah.
And how far has she gone?
She's climbed the admin ladder.
She might yeah, I wonder what she would put on the drop down. I think she may put admin. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
There's
maybe there's
nothing wrong with
maybe
it.
it's like a sideways ladder. It's not, you know, you just
You could be an
Yeah.
office manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why are they always admin assistants? Who's the like?
I think
how do you
it's
be
just
the
like a
admin, like a
catch-all
admin
term for a government
officer?
job,
Yeah.
and then they can just
The head of admin.
Yeah,
And
but
then
they
you
have
keep
more
working your way
specific
up.
Yeah.
titles.
Yeah. The CEO
mostly.
of admin. Yeah.
Well, well, CEO is quite a different job. You wouldn't just say you're an admin. Surely when you get to be a CEO, you put CEO on the form.
Yeah. Yeah. they would brag. They'd be comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd be funny. Just getting off first class and being like, just admin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Going through customs.
I had someone tell me the other day that they want to put family CEO on the form.
Oh, God. Really?
Yeah.
Because they're like the head of the household.
Yeah, because you do so much work to like keep everyone running and your house, you know, like to do all the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would they do it? They'd put it on their
I'm not like
they'd put it
getting
on
the
their
feedback here.
on their business card. I'm just wondering, like, what?
No, on the census drop down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Family
Yeah.
CEO.
They might get
Yeah.
a business card made, but
Yeah.
more like rather than like, because otherwise it's called, I think, like
Homemaker.
Homemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which feels a little like stuck in the
Dated.
50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Do you know, I was reading, because I was talking to someone else that works on the farm that I work at, and they have been there for like over 20 years, and they said the census actually wasn't changed until 1994 to recognize women as farmers. Like, that's so like
Why? What was on there?
94? It could be a wife of a farmer.
Wife of a
Literally
farmer.
wife of a farmer.
Not even like
it's-
farmeress or something.
It's crazy. Yeah, because we obviously,
They just
we're
prepare
not
the
bred
meals.
to be maternal
No.
to look after other things, so we cannot handle it. So it's crazy. Yeah, you could just be a wife of a farmer. And then finally,
We all know those bitches do nothing.
They're preparing a lot of meals for all those farm men
crazy.
to come in at lunchtime.
It's crazy. But yeah, thank God those
insanity.
progressives in 1994 got the sentences changed. But yeah, wild in Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
Anyway.
insanity. That must have just been so annoying for all those like farmers out there, all
Yeah.
those female farmers just like,
Oh, well, yeah, like I'm doing all the work.
Yeah.
Like, this guy gets to sleep in, just pay to do, just on the harvest.
I know.
I'm out there with
now I have to
calluses
tick
on
this
my
stupid
fingers.
box that says wife of a farmer.
It's more insulting
Sucks.
because she's filling in the form.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to really
She's
rub it
ticking-
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no husband of the wife of the farmer.
Yeah.
Yes, it's interesting how that isn't an option.
Yeah. But you've had such like fascinating jobs in your past because because you weren't this is going to sound weird, but you weren't always creative. I know I could have phrased that better, but that's what came into my head first
Yeah.
because you like pursued other like career. You were like we're going to be like a physical. It was something sporty.
Used to
I
run.
was just going to to be quiet and let you go.
Your degree,
See where this went.
I would have absolutely butchered it. You're a wife of a physiotherapist, right?
I wish. Yeah, I guess I.
Like going back, I guess
Yeah.
is your family creative at all? Like, did you go in plays and like thought that you could like, I like performing and I like writing stuff and
No.
great.
We were all very sporty. And mum and
Yeah.
dad plays it. Like, so our lives were pretty
yeah.
much sport. But that's not that no one was creative.
Yeah.
We weren't like, no one in the family is musically talented.
Yeah.
Or acts or anything. Mum can
With like drawers.
draw. Mum
Yeah.
can draw good with her hands.
Yeah.
Can like sew, mend, make anything.
Oh, cool.
And also like can woodwork.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's also, I don't know, I think growing up like in Ipswich, like
Yeah.
in a regional Queensland, it's like,
What a place.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
We also grew up in regional
In Warren.
Queensland.
Yeah. But it's like there's never an example of someone that
Yeah.
has been an actor or been in a
Yes.
play or been in
Exactly.
a, it just isn't
so
even.
You didn't have it even in like the
Yeah.
extended community of like, oh, they're doing that. kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone's like a tradie or a teacher or a nurse, which are all great jobs and
Yeah.
fine and great.
Yeah.
But that's kind
And
of
plays
like,
in the local netball team.
yeah,
Yeah. And that's
done
what
plenty of that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So then it was just like a continuation of that. It's like, you're 17. It's like, what do you want to be for the rest of your life? Like, I don't know. I play sport.
Yeah.
So then,
Totally.
I did exercise science and got to the end of it.
Yeah.
Because you finish stuff
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sensible.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, you've started it now.
Yeah, you got to keep
finish
all right.
this.
Yeah.
And then I worked as a cardiac tech
Oh,
very briefly.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like in a hospital, or is that someone who checks the?
It's just who the
To put
the electrodes and
the
Yeah.
and that was me.
Ooh.
Yeah, I worked at Green Slopes after hours and I pushed a little trolley around.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, so wait, is that what your exercise science degree
Yeah.
put
It
you
was
in the
like
path
an
of?
option. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you
And then-
said you only worked it briefly. Did you quickly discover that that was not for you?
They didn't like the jokes.
Oh, no, it was fine. What happened, I was working in the women's prison
Yeah.
as well, just
Yeah.
in admin.
In admin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually admin.
Actually admin. And because my aunt got me the job there because a heap of my family work
As
in
you
the
do.
prisons. Yeah.
Nepotism in the prison industry.
Yeah. Government-owned family-run
In
Queensland
still.
corrections. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was working 2 jobs. So I'd work during the day at the prison and then I'd go to the hospital.
Wow.
And I saved up a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And I invested it well and bought my own house. Absolutely not. I went, I fucked off overseas for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And did the
We've
working
ever
holiday
talked
thing.
to is,
Yeah.
manage that. Yeah.
No.
Good on you. Well, 17 you went to uni and then did exercise science, so uni and then
Yeah, so about
And then
20 and then I'm
traveling really
overseas.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did you
so it sounds
find
like you had a lot
yourself
of discipline. though.
overseas?
I feel like I can for a period. I can never maintain
Yeah.
a habit,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There has to be like a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There has to be like a
Yeah,
goal or something.
But that's like for
that's
everyone,
everything,
though, isn't
right?
it?
I
Yeah,
don't know. Can
otherwise,
some people
isn't
like
that
just get up and make their bed and do the stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
But are they happy? I don't know.
I don't.
So I
Gotta be
I
a
think
payoff,
you can
right?
get-
So like what's the
Maybe.
payoff? Like making a bed so it
But I
feels
think
good when
that's
you
pretty
get
nice
it.
to feel
That's
like
okay.
fulfilled or get those fulfillments from those little moments. Like not
Yeah, like
everyone
making
needs
a
like
bed.
those big
Clean
Yeah.
sheets.
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't want clean sheets?
Because they are great, but
Exactly.
Once a
man,
month.
what a pain in the ass hanging sheets
Oh
out.
my god. It's so annoying. And then
That
having
is
to
the worst
figure out
chore.
every time how the heck do you fold fitted sheets? Like, what the fuck is going on with that elastic?
know.
Like,
I know. Sheets that I just bought recently have like heads and toes written on the inside of them. And I
Oh.
always think like,
Oh.
why do
why
you
can't
care?
you swap it
Like-
around?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let me live a little.
It's like
Now there's
sort of-
rules for my sheets.
I know a little bit. It pisses me off.
Are you putting the toast just up the head end just to prove a point? That'll show them.
I do because it's sort of just
A
like,
little anarchy in the bedroom.
how dare you tell me which way my head's gonna go? I guess they're like trying to be helpful, but they don't have any pattern. They're just like
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
plain,
Yeah.
soft coloured sheets. Go figure, eh?
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
anyway. Bed linen is hard these days.
It never even if you get it wrong, it doesn't slow you down that much, does it? It's
doesn't.
like,
And I got to say, it gives me a little kick in the morning knowing that I've just like done it the wrong
Yeah.
way.
but
Yeah.
you put it to the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticking it to the
Yeah.
man. Every way that we can.
Oh, so what was your first? So you went overseas. Okay,
Yeah.
let's like regroup after the linen. So you went overseas for years, you said. That's amazing. Did you work like while you were over there? Like as in cash jobs and stuff
Sort
like
of
that?
No,
like
more
a
admin, mate.
backpacking admin in English-speaking countries.
Yeah.
Or did you pick
Yeah,
up
it
another
was
language?
just-
Sure.
No, I did what every good little Australian does.
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
on a working
Yeah.
holiday. So I was actually
Where did you go?
I lived a little bit in England in a place called Coventry. which it was just one of those
familiar.
ones where they set you up before you leave and like, we'll get you a job in a pub. And then I ended up, I like lived above this pub and worked there with this other Australian girl. Yeah. And then we got the hell out of there. The one thing I remember from that job is the boss did a seance and then was convinced the ghost that got summoned punched her in the face. She was like, I got a black eye. And we were just like, oh, get me out. And
like night one. Oh my God.
There was something going on. They were convinced the attic was haunted, and so she had the seance. But the ghost
and she
punched her in the
kept
face.
getting black eyes.
Punched in the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone else living there with her.
Yeah.
That sounds really sad. Oh God.
And then I lived in Edinburgh and I got an admin job at a sexual health clinic. So just lots of admin jobs.
Just like a bag of laughs. Just like working on the materials.
Yeah.
So had comedy come into it at all here or not yet?
No.
Did you actually even grow up with it? Because someone asked me that recently, and I didn't grow up with any. No.
Did you ever laugh?
I mean, yeah, that is a stupid. But did you ever never saw any?
You never even watched
comedians?
the galas?
Oh, yeah. But that
we
seems
watched
so
a lot of
far
comedy
off.
shows, right? Like.
Yeah, but never in person. Like it was never something like there was no like.
Oh yeah, but
comedy
who's
nights
coming to
that I ever
town?
go to? Yeah, exactly.
You know, not off to the Ipswich Civic Centre.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, the Warwick Town Hall was pumping some of those nights.
Yeah.
The Mayor's annual concert.
No, it would have come to that. Yeah. Carols by candlelight, anyone?
Play your cards right. You might get to do the Warwick Town Hall.
Bring it back, the gala.
Troy Casadale is
Warwick
definitely
Gala.
gone. So, yeah, we get the big ones. But no, like, was it something that you were even thinking about or like seeing?
No, I mean, I like
going to comedy nights.
liked it. And obviously, you know, like you watch the gala or like whatever shows on TV. Even just like, I remember Spicks and Specs was like a big like family night, Wednesday nights. That
for sure.
Like that sort of stuff for sure.
Yeah.
But it never occurred to me that it was an option.
Yeah.
It's like something
Even
other
like
people
Hey
do.
at Saturday, they had quite a lot
Stand
of
up,
stand-up.
yeah. The footy
like
show.
Oh, gosh. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were all like up on
Yeah.
charges in that show. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even like, well, I lived in Edinburgh for a year. So I did
So
the
you would have seen the
festival.
festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
And
did
it
a
was great.
show in the
No,
festival?
God, no,
Oh,
no.
you
Just
treated
just went to a
people
bunch
for
of
sexual.
Yeah.
A lot of comedians
a lot
coming into the
busier.
clinic.
Busy time of year.
Yeah.
Like chlamydia is rife this year.
Yeah, just saw a bunch of stuff. Like was a fan of heaps of comedy.
Yes, okay.
But, yeah.
Cool.
Never thought I would do it.
No. That's
So when
interesting.
did that come? When did you start to think, I will do it?
Then I came back and I did a film degree. And
More qualified.
Because you were thinking
not?
about it, like when
Yeah.
you were overseas, you were like, actually, you know, exercise science
films.
isn't so much.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'd like
You're
to.
like, I want to do something else.
You want to do something a bit more creative. Going through that course, it's like, I'd like to write comedy.
Yeah,
Like, I've always been a fan
okay.
of TV comedy. And then it's like, how do you get seen?
Yeah.
And then stand up seemed like a good way to do that.
Okay. So you sort of came
cool.
from the writing angle.
Yeah.
And then, right.
And
You
it
can
sort of
tell
forces you to be
in
a
my
performer.
performance.
That's your style though, right? Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, isn't it? Coming from that angle, it sort of forces you to be a performer because you've got the material and then you've got to be like, well, someone's got to say it. Otherwise, how do I get the story out there?
But it's also
Your
like,
name out there. Yeah.
it just makes you such a better writer as well because you get that immediate feedback where you're like, oh, I thought this was funny and it is not.
Yeah.
And that is a
It's
deafening
there.
silence.
Yeah. That is not the reaction I had in my head. Yeah.
Terrifying. Yeah.
So that was kind of the idea. I mean, it's like
So you went back, was this back in like Brisbane, Ipswich? Like you went back and did film school there?
At QT.
Yeah, QUT.
Yeah.
Uni for the Real World. That's
I went to QT.
yeah. Oh, which one? Which campus?
Kelvin Grove.
Same.
Kelvin
Yeah.
Grove.
Up
We
on the
always
hill.
did our performances at what's it called? Gardens Point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
in
the nice
city.
one.
Well, it has that big, beautiful theatre, but we were only allowed to, we were just shipped in to do the performance and then taken back to Kelvin Grove. Because I guess they built this big, beautiful theatre there. But then they've since done up, I think, there's a big, beautiful theatre at Kelvin Grove now. Because it's all new there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
When I went, still like decades ago.
Oh, the box.
Yeah, but it had
Yeah.
been made like into a big, beautiful new.
Yeah. I saw Noni Hazelhurst having a coffee there once and I was like,
Oh, no.
whoa.
Wow.
Felt like I'd made it.
Yeah.
How the other half lives.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too big.
Pretty big.
What a hero.
Yeah. We had to direct some of the acting students in like a directing class.
Ah.
Oh, we were all bad at it.
Yeah.
There was a big, it's a
but
different
the actors
language.
were probably terrible as well.
Yeah.
So
it was a
everyone's
terrible
learning.
scene.
That's why they had to ship you off campus.
too. And they're always just like, obscure European writers or, something from the 70s.
I mean, Chekhov.
Something just like only written for men in the
yeah.
70s in Australia. Let's get a bunch of, uni students to work on this.
Yeah.
Like,
With no life experience. So they're just like,
Or Brecht
Yeah.
or something. Like everything
Yeah.
was all very Brechtian.
But you tell we're just coming to it with like completely different language bases.
Yeah.
Could not talk to each other.
Oh.
But anyway.
That's what it's still like. The last film I did felt a lot like that. So I think it's probably a good learning for everyone. Just get a real understanding of what it's going to be like from here on in. Everyone speaks a different language.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. So did you like the directing?
No.
Kind of, no.
No.
Okay.
Didn't work out.
You were like immediately like, that's not for me. You prefer the writing. side.
Yeah,
Okay.
defintle.
Yeah.
That would be. And the
interesting.
technical stuff, not for me either. No editing, no cameras. I'm like, I don't know. A file, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you know what you like.
Yeah.
The admin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
producing.
very
isn't it?
quiet.
Yeah, that probably is more
Yeah.
producing.
Yeah.
A lot of admin.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So do you
So-
still
No.
I was going to say, do you still feel like comedy writing? Would you do you write sketch comedy, or have you ventured into that world of
scripts and
TV
stuff?
writing and scripts
yeah.
and stuff, or is that something that's kind of on the?
That now you're into stand-up. Are you
Yeah.
focusing more on that, or is it still
Yeah.
like,
I mean, it
Are they
is
very
like
different, or they just all work?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like when you're trying to write a stand-up show, it's like a different part of your brain to writing like a script, I think.
yeah.
But also, I mean, if I had a choice, like if I could walk into a TV writing job tomorrow, sure.
Yeah.
But right now I'm writing
Yeah.
scripts for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
So we'll see if
Yeah.
at some point someone picks one up.
Yeah.
It's the reality.
Yeah.
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 It's
Wow.
yeah. That
Yeah.
would be the dream. But I
Yeah.
think the dream is like that American style where you get a whole room.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Writers.
Yeah. Yeah. You can
Not
just
sitting
like,
in your own and black hole being like, is this
throw around
something?
ideas.
Yeah.
And like, there's a cool whiteboard.
Yeah. Some Skittles on the table,
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting that is the Australian industry of TV writing and stuff, is that quite hard? Are there just a lot of graduates and then there's not actually much work to do, or
I think
is
it would
like a
just
kind
be, I mean, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert, but I would just say,
I mean, you've got more
the-
experience than I do. so-
I think any kind of Australian entertainment industry is just
it's
small.
really hard.
It's small
Right.
and it's hard to get into.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Work.
Same with
often
comedy, even
begets
same
Yeah.
with TV.
work
It's
and-
just,
yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Is it a lot of the people that you went to uni with, are they doing their like in the industry and pursuing it, or like it's kind of hard to actually get somewhere?
Yeah, yes and no. There's a few people who went and like did completely different things. But like, a few friends are like, probably my best friend from uni, she's like a producer at an animation studio, stuff like that.
Cool.
Like people have
there is hope.
Yeah, there's hope.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And do you think it's still worth going and getting those skills from
like doing a degree?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Did you get what you needed out of it?
Yeah,
Well, because it's interesting that you viewed stand-up as a way to get in as well. Like, do you think that has been a better launch than going to uni as well?
No, I don't. Because I think it's not like I did 3 years and I don't have anything to show, but I've got some knowledge.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely helpful.
You've got a Hexter.
And I've got one of those. And, I think the biggest thing maybe in a lot of arts is collaboration. Yeah. And it's like you get to make friends with people who are like-minded and you can make stuff with. And that's
often the thing is finding your team and finding or just
the same with like the writers group
getting
we do.
in.
It's like,
and then you might do this thing and then it might evolve a bit and you'll do another show and then that might evolve. And you
definitely.
Or someone you worked with on something else, they get a job and they bring you along, or all those kind of things happen.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. I mean, the dream is just to get heaps of jobs for your mates. That is like,
it is, and isn't it? And only work with your mates.
Only work with your mates.
My favourite people to work with. I know. I just think like if only I could just make films and TV shows with those people again and again.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, excellent experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to get some executive producer credits going. I'll decide.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, isn't it? That's the path.
Yeah.
All the EPs and
Yeah. So do you think like choosing this as a career, like as a creative
is a mistake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're in this position now where you actually don't have another job. Like a lot of comedians do have like another job. And do you still drive the coffee? No.
I had.
I was like, can we mention the coffee van on air?
Oh, you can maybe. Yeah, I don't do the coffee van anymore, but I was doing admin.
Yeah.
And then, but I haven't. Maybe since last August, and it's kind of getting to the point. I don't know. We'll see how I go during festival, and then it's like I'll probably have to pick up some more temp work or something. Yeah. It's a weird spot to be in where it's like I couldn't do what I'm doing now with a full-time job.
Yeah.
But it's also not quite enough, but it's like, what do I do? Pick up a job and be like, by the way, I can't work all of April.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. And then also the mental load as well of like having to work full time.
But at some point, I guess you've got to go.
And then write all night.
Yeah.
And then write and then do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an impossible task.
Yeah.
Something has to give.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like for years, you have to do it. Like,
yeah. And at some point, you've kind of got to go all in.
Yeah.
Either way. Yeah.
Happens. Yeah.
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 Anyway,
it's pretty fun.
Pretty cool.
It feels a bit grim, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It feels a bit grim sometimes. So how do you keep the fires burning if, how do you feel like the payoff is still worth it? Or Raywin and I feel a bit jaded sometimes.
Yeah.
I often feel a bit jaded.
Maybe that's the beauty of having worked admin. The alternative is like, fucking hell.
It's not really a long-term alternative either. So it's not like the grass is greener.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good having it there then.
I think
just
so,
keeps propelling you gently forward to is actually more fulfilling.
Yeah, exactly. Remember when you were in the office and Katie kept pissing you off?
And the light kept turning off.
You're sitting there really still in the dark and you're not sure if it's been 20 minutes or 3 hours. Nobody knows.
You've lost all concept of time.
Everyone thinks you're not even there anymore. You're just sitting in this dark spot trying not to trigger the light.
Like, I don't know, but she gets stuff done.
We don't know how.
Worker.
She's never here.
She's never got a pile of papers on her desk because I'm putting them through the shredder.
So efficient.
God. Do you put it all into your comedy? Like, do you put all of those feelings and everything into your comedy, or do you find it's a good outlet for that, or do you need another outlet for the for the bitterness, for the jadedness, or for the frustration, or we all have it, and as creatives we often have to live with it and use it, or you know what I mean. It's always close to the surface.
I definitely use stories from those workplaces in my comedy. But it is funny talking to an actor where you talk in terms of feelings and I'm like, never considered it.
I know.
Put all those feelings into those jokes. I'm like, no, I'll put that bitch Judy in the joke.
Oh gosh. Raven's always pointing that out.
I know, it's so weird. The stuff that you're seeking from things. It's like,
I know.
Was that really fulfilling?
Did it make you feel good?
No. It's talking to 10 people.
I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's an insane way to think and be.
Yeah.
But you have to be an actor, right?
To have
be
the feelings,
have that
or have
those,
to have
feelings.
You have to have feelings.
Have to have feelings. So do you think it's better to not have any feelings?
I don't think it's better. I just
prefer not
I've just
to.
never thought about it in those terms or spoken about them like that.
Right.
So when it's put to me, I'm like, oh, what?
That's so weird. Yeah, because you, I guess, being an actor, you have to dissect everything. Like, what is this person feeling in that moment for them to react like that? Whereas
when I come to it, I'm like, what is going to make these people laugh? Not how am I going to make them feel, or how is my feeling going to affect them and their response?
Oh, yeah, but that's what actors do as well. Yeah. I think whether you're talking about fear, I think we're talking about semantics, really. It's more, I guess I was talking more about if you're feeling really unhappy or frustrated, how does that find its way into your jokes? And do you write stuff that is about feeling really frustrated or or not? That was more what I was asking. But
maybe not specific, maybe unconsciously, but I think it's a lot of my comedy is pretty anecdotal. Yeah. Sometimes it's a specific example.
Yeah. Because often, artists or writers or musicians or something terrible happens in your life or something brilliant happens in your life and you often write about that thing or you're inspired to tell stories about that thing. Often, writers I know will experience something in their life and want to tell that story, want to tell a similar story of someone going on an adventure through this country and this walk and what they discovered, or you know what I mean? And so I was just curious as to if you find that or if it's more observational sort of,
Maybe observational. I guess sometimes stuff comes to you when it's like, I want to tell this. And then other times it's like, I have a deadline. What has happened to me?
Yeah.
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 If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because you're you write such amazing 50-minute shows, which are so different. I mean, you're also so good in a 5-minute spot, but Yeah.
Watch it, right?
You mean like the story?
I wasn't meaning.
You mean the story of a 50-minute, like has been a conclusive
it's so
50-minute.
Impressive because a lot of people, I mean, it's just it can be really hard to construct a. Like, I don't know, I guess a narrative and like to have those kind of like
what's your skill as a writer?
Yeah, I think I was going to say
in those dips as well as because you can't just, I mean, maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I think a couple of things.
You've got to have ups and downs kind of in a 50-minute
journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think part
to
of
be
it is
interesting.
like doing the film stuff and writing, and I know what a 3-act structure is and that kind of thing. And I guess if you have a narrative structure, you know where the end is, so you can be confident in the dips because you know where it's going.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is also I started comedy when I was like 30, and I think when you're a bit older, you're like less kind of eager to please on stage maybe. So it's like I can handle this.
You can handle the silence in this bit because you know you're going to take them back around to this point.
There's not a panic there, which I think I definitely would have had if I was like 20, 19 or something.
Yeah. That's so true that you've just got like more confidence in yourself as an older like in your 30s, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I've heard.
Yet to discover that one. But that comes back to that thing that we've talked about a lot is that often comedians, get told there's at least a 10-year sort of growth period, and it, maybe you can come in faster if you come in older even because you've sort of got to that place.
You kind of know yourself a bit better.
You know yourself a bit better, so you know where you fit in.
You're a bit more self-aware as well of your own like storytelling and like whatever.
And you're not trying to change those things about yourself. You're sort of accepting of who you are and why you're doing it.
Yeah.
So you don't sort of have that layer of like shame. Maybe you're trying to be something you're not.
You just accepted the layer of shame.
Wear the shame with a different kind of like.
Yeah. Pop the collar.
Pop the collar a little bit.
It's so warm in here.
But then I guess like the 10 years applies to everyone in a way, right?
Yeah.
You kind of.
Because you have to put in, I guess the hours.
To be a person.
Of hours.
Yeah.
Do you see like pivoting to
right-wing comedy?
Absolutely. That's a future for you. Yes, perfect.
Yeah, that seems like it's probably the way
I've
to
seen
make
the
any
writing
money.
on the wall.
Oh my god.
But
Sorry, pivoting to.
No, I don't know. Pivoting to. I mean, I guess it's more obvious in the acting world because you like as in you pivot
Constantly
to
pivoting.
voiceovers or you pivot
pivoting
to
so
something
fast no one
else.
can even tell.
But in
You've actually been pivoting this whole time.
yeah,
That's why the lights
are on. Yeah, thank God. No, I think what I was trying to is like pivoting away from stand-up because in Australia it's very hard to pursue stand-up as that would be your only career. So you do have to pivot, but is pivoting away from it to something else, like do you feel like, I don't know, like is that giving up?
I'd sell out in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Great. Because
there was
I've got
any other way.
If there was any other way to make money.
I've got an
That's not
opportunity.
admin. I'll do it.
Got an opportunity for you.
How much the farm pay?
Yeah.
Booming industry.
Yeah.
So I've heard.
Since 1994. We've really come a long way. But no, well, maybe not pivoting. I'm just interested in like what other people do outside of their like pursuit for stand-up because I think you do need to go all in, as you said, like at some point. But then I think it's also very healthy to have a hobby or like to have something outside of whatever you're creatively pursuing to be like a bit more, I don't know, like grounded or
You mean?
Well, it's like some other
life
interest.
/ hobby. Yeah.
Yeah.
To have a fulfilling life.
Yes.
As well
that
as.
you need something else outside of that.
Yeah.
So
I agree with everything you're saying. That said, I have absolutely nothing.
You have no life. No interest, no life.
I have a partner that's not in comedy or any arts, and I think that's important.
a full-time job.
Yeah. For her.
Yeah. That is a lot of maintenance. Yeah.
But that's helpful.
Yeah.
Having,
for sure.
I think that's another thing, like, not that it's bad to start comedy when you're young, but people can kind of fall into that thing where like everything they do, everyone they know is a comedian.
Yeah.
I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
But I have been meaning to. I used to play a lot of softball as a kid. Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I do. I think I've missed summer season. But I'm going to hold out for winter season. I'm going to play a bit of baseball.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Yeah, there's a baseball field near
There's one up
near the North Coburg Rebels, which I watch play, and I could do that.
One time they said, like that one time when we were nearby with the kids playing, and they were like, you guys might want to get back a bit because we're not very good.
Yeah. We had to stand so far away from the pitch. It's like, where are they going to hit this?
Like, they must be okay if they're going to hit it this far.
But they've just got no
outside of the oval.
Like no control. like they've got the.
When we saw them, it made a lot of sense why I said that. It might have been like day one of the new team or something.
Yeah.
To be fair.
We're going to need a wide berth.
A little bit of a raggle-taggle mob that day.
I love a bit of that.
Good on him. Yeah.
Typical.
Well,
Also
fun off
physique,
steam.
Fun uniform.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The three-quarter pants, the high socks. Yes, I want it back in my life.
Like the baggy shirt.
Button-up shirt.
Tucked in.
Yeah.
Tucked into
the
leggings.
cap. Yes, into pedal
still do
pushers.
that?
Yeah. Because you look hot.
You can't beat perfection. Those three-quarter pants.
That's it.
Yeah. A lot of red cheeks. Really.
It's crazy because you don't run much in that sport.
Only one person's running, right? Oh, unless you're sneaking a base.
Yeah, you can.
Like sneak.
Yeah.
You can do a little sneak.
Yeah. I quite like that about baseball.
Yeah, it's like a cricket kind of. There's a lot of.
Yeah, but the sneaking just seems like.
It's
totally against all the rules, but if you get there, fine.
If you can know without anyone saying
we can't say
that. Yeah, but if you get them out,
like you're there.
A pick-off is so sweet.
Oh,
yeah. If someone tries to steal and you tag them out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So if you get the
good.
ball and you're on base, you can tag them and then
they're out. But if you tag them before they get to the base. Yes.
So can they go back?
And they look real stupid.
Silly. Yeah.
They can go back, but sometimes they'll get caught
in the middle and
in a rundown. So
because if
you go and then
on the base,
then it's a bit like
if they all sneak,
they go back and forth.
You can't go back.
Yeah.
Oh,
or they all have to
wait.
go back.
You can all sneak. This was when this is our favorite trick play, and it was called the mousetrap. And if you had loaded bases, everyone stole. So then everyone ended up at third base, and then the other team would get so confused.
Would it just be like
they didn't know
like
where everyone was going?
Yeah.
They didn't know who to throw it to.
But how did you like coordinate? Was there just some eye?
Oh my God,
some
no.
glances and stuff,
this
and
is the best part. You have signals. So your coach has special signals and they tap their nose and their arm and stuff.
Oh.
So this like means Bronwyn go to
two. So then
everyone go.
But not, you have to have the key. So there's a key, otherwise all the signals mean nothing.
Wow. And each club has their own key. Yeah.
You can change it every game.
Whoa.
You have a little meeting in your little circle before the game. You're like, all right, the key today is the chin. Yeah. And then if I tap my chin and then the signals.
Oh.
Yeah.
If they
fun.
do their nose,
That's
it's just a diversionary thing and it's not actually the right one.
Exactly.
Have you ever been told the wrong signal though, and it's been a big fuck up? Because what I would do,
I haven't been told the wrong signal, but I've stolen when I shouldn't have.
Signal.
Yeah,
I know. It's like,
and they go, that wasn't the key.
And I just had an itchy chin. God damn it.
it seems like the risk is really high for misinterpretation.
Yeah, which makes it that much more exciting.
Yeah.
And you feel like,
So
I don't know, James Bond or something.
You,
It's
get there,
yeah.
your pedal pushes.
You're in a little club. You've all got secret handshakes.
yeah.
It's
pedal pushes. Awesome.
It sounds like the Babysitter's Club or something, doesn't it?
Yeah. Wow. You're
All right, I got to get back into it.
Yeah,
Get back in there. Let's make a team.
Yeah.
We can beat the rebels.
Yeah.
We'll join them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Very quick from beating to just join them.
Join them.
Just it's too hard to make our own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, get back
gosh.
in, I reckon. Yeah.
What's
so
your
there's
hobby?
no other. Yeah. Well, it's weird because I would say farming.
Looking after livestock.
Wow. Do what you love and you never work a day in your life, huh?
They have to send Raywin home. It's after dark,
Gotta do
Raywin.
this one thing.
No, we really can't contain you.
Stop milking the goats, Raywin.
There's nothing left. They're all dry. Just got to get back in there, coach. You know, we've got our own signals.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
You and the goats.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm out there headbutting, you know. It's not as subtle as your signals, I guess. It's pretty obvious actually.
A little more stinky.
Head to head.
Head to head with a goat.
That means they hate you.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Not a secret. But no, I would say, because I really like this, like my other job, and I don't really want to give it up necessarily. So it's like I really like spending time there. And I even I had my night off. The other night my partner went out and I didn't have a gig and I was like, oh my God, I'm at home by myself. It's crazy. Like I never have that.
Come on, Jukes.
So
Let's put some Netflix on.
Come on, guys. But I spent 3 hours watching like a sustainable agriculture documentary. This is my night in.
Never a night off.
Yeah.
Always learning.
She's always on.
There's always something else you can learn about the world.
Yes, I was learning about different grazing techniques. Loving it.
What a nerd.
That's right. I've almost grown a strawberry.
What?
Almost grown one.
Almost.
They are actually very difficult.
Don't pick it yet. Don't pick it yet.
To
it's getting
defend from the slugs and the and the birds.
We're up on a balcony, so maybe that is helping.
Yeah.
Birds can
Not
fly.
as much wildlife.
Birds can fly.
Oh.
You're right.
Notoriously.
Damn.
They always get picked at
They
our
might have
house, before they're
I
red.
know,
So
it's
like
so
even my
frustrating.
2-year-old is like,
Yeah.
not ready yet.
Yeah, not ready yet. And then you wait so long and it's finally ready and then it's like
soft.
or it's not good. It's not
Yeah, it's
sweet.
probably not going to be
just-
good.
It
It's
will
like
be.
so
It will be
annoying.
worth it. It will be worth it.
it looks cute at the moment, though.
Yeah. One little
Yeah.
strawberry. Oh,
Good
what
on
else?
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Strawberry farmer.
I'm on the flip side and I just, sorry.
No, I was
Strawberry farmer.
No, it's fine. I was going to ask what else are you growing?
What other sustainable farming techniques are you
we
employing
can
on
actually
your
talk about this
balcony?
off pod.
I'm really into a mixed pot at the moment. Ripped a few off Gardening Australia. We've got the strawberries in with the lemon tree.
Beautiful.
And a
'Cause you
bit
could have
of-
some ground cover is very
Yes.
good for the soil. Those
And-
beneficial macros.
Thank you. And the marigolds are in there as well.
Oh,
Perfect.
perfect. They're
going
complement each
off.
other.
Companion planting
Oh,
happening
That
there.
is. That's
Thank you.
You're a
really
natural.
clever.
Oh no, completely.
Costa.
It's
Thanks to
plagiarized.
Costa.
Yeah, I didn't I didn't come up with anything. I was like, let's do exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, it works.
And he's good.
Yeah.
He
he knows
good.
what he's talking
Yeah.
about. Oh, that's great. Small space gardening is where it's at. See,
Yeah,
we're
I'm-
going to survive the
I get this is
apocalypse.
kind of a hobby.
Yeah.
I've started talking to the lemon tree.
Oh.
I don't know if that's helpful, but it's going off.
Yeah.
And I'm
Do they
like,
laugh?
you look so
Yeah,
good.
if it
Try the
starts talking
material
back,
out.
that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Quite a good audience.
Yeah.
I'm killing.
Way less panting. You're killing it. Oh, dear.
Oh, what were you gonna say? I don't know.
Oh, I was going to talk about hobbies. Like,
Oh yeah.
I've just got hobbies up the wazoo.
Yeah.
I just
Your life is a hobby.
cannot find enough time for my hobbies. Like,
Do you prioritize the hobbies?
There's no
I
time
can't.
for work.
Or nothing would get
No, but
done.
in the world of the hobbies, is there a hobby that is king?
Oh, yeah, like knitting would be king.
Right.
Yeah.
Knitting would be king. Yeah.
What do you knit? Anything?
Anything I can.
Any style?
I haven't knit underwear, I've got to say.
Board shorts?
I knit all
My
different
mum,
styles.
there's a
Haven't
photo
knit
of my
board shorts.
mum in a crocheted bikini she made herself
Yeah.
when she was
That
17.
was weirdly popular. I think
Yeah.
I had a-
Crochet.
Yeah. Like a hand-me-down crochet bikini.
Oh, you know
Which
one
now
of
I'm
those.
thinking about. I should not have been wearing that.
No, I think Mum had one.
Yeah. I think
That's
that's
what it
where it
would have
came
been
from.
hand-me-down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. It's maybe it's still
Crochet
hand-me-down.
it'd probably
I think I
be
gave
like
it to
that.
someone
Yeah.
else.
I don't know how to crochet because not enough time in the world. Like
I could
would
do a
love
treble
to,
chain.
but-
Is
Yeah.
that the-
I found
yeah.
crochet easier to learn than
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I shouldn't.
Yeah, okay.
It is equal. It is equal.
Okay.
It
But-
can often be faster to
Yeah.
begin with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think. But
But the real
I
champions
just
have
can't
two
open up like a
sticks.
whole other. I don't have any time.
The knitting takes up so much time.
You couldn't even put it down for a bit to take
No.
up the hook. You're like, not a chance.
I just I already grieve the fact that I'm getting older and there are things that I won't be able to make in my life. Like
What is on the
just
bucket
know
list
there's
of knitting?
I know
Yeah.
there's not enough time.
Like you'll never be able to. You've crunched the numbers. And
It's
you're
sort of like no, but with hobbies more so. Like knitting I just really love doing. So actually I could knit a whole bunch of different things
Yeah.
and maybe that'll change. I'm not so much like a product knitter.
yeah.
They, some people I think are real product knitters and see the jumper and go like, wow, I want to knit that. Whereas
Yeah.
I actually just love doing the knitting and I
act of
love, the act of doing it
So it
and the
could be
different
anything.
colors.
Yeah.
So it could be anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like doing hat and then sometimes I like doing different kinds of
The crazy
vests
thing
or
about
jumpers or,
I think it's like the thing with like fast fashion has made everything, our concept of how much stuff costs crazy. Like,
Yeah.
Totally crazy.
My mum can knit, and I'll be like, I want a mustard scarf in a really thick, nice wool, and she'd be like, I can do that for you. You buy the wool,
be
and then I'm
$200.
like,
Yeah.
this is way more expensive.
I know, you go to a wool shop and you're like, do you want synthetic or do you want actual,
Yeah.
you're like wool from a sheep and you're like, wool from a sheep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so it'll be $200 for that scarf.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
It'll only take you a couple of
Whoa.
hours of
I know.
free
Yeah.
labor. You'll be
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some jumpers, like if I've priced them up for, a jumper using the type of yarn that the designer suggested, it might be like $700.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, well,
That's not it.
won't
Yeah.
be knitting that.
those kids in those
that on the
sweatshops are being
list.
ripped
Yeah.
off, man.
Well,
Wow.
I mean, I know it does cost a lot for processing, like Raywin knows this with the alpacas on the farm
Yeah.
because you get your wool processed and it
then
does cost
yeah.
a lot. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, folks. But I'm not knitting jumpers that cost $700 in wool, but they do cost a few hundred. And
yeah.
even
Yeah.
like when I have friends say, that's gorgeous, you should sell that. And I think, no one can afford to wear this. No, like they couldn't. If you put the hours
You're
that
running
it
at
took
a
me-
raging loss.
Yeah.
No, it took 6 months to make.
Yeah.
And even the wool
Yeah.
alone cost $300.
Yeah. I mean,
So
even
plus
Bron
6
can
months
do that admin.
pretty
quickly. It does not work out.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
cheaper to buy it somewhere else and get it shipped over. So yeah, it doesn't add up. But I do love doing it. But yeah. It more in terms of the hobbies in my life, something I would really like to do is pottery. And I just don't think there'll be
Yeah.
enough time in my life to
No.
do it. I just
Yeah.
can't. Maybe
Just to, like, as
sometime
in to
the distant
master it?
future.
Yeah.
Or even just to do
you
a
could
little.
make a
Probably.
couple of.
Yeah, you could go. I'm
you
sure
could
they
get on a
do like
table.
what's an equivalent of like a sip and
like-
paint at a pottery
Yeah,
place.
they do stuff like
Yeah.
that. No, so I guess it would be more than
Little
that. I
vase.
think I really like making all that stuff with my
Yeah.
hands. I really
Yeah.
am into that. So I can imagine
And I
I would
love
do
ghosts.
one of those. And Patrick said, who doesn't?
Who is a ghost now? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Who is actually a ghost?
I wonder if he punched that lady.
I hope so.
Yeah.
No, Patrick. No.
Never know.
He seemed like such a nice guy.
A really nice guy.
Death did not go well for him. Really changed things. Very vindictive now.
I thought that was, wow. Yeah. Damn, your acting is good.
If I stay really still, the light will go off and then we'll all get a big cry. Yeah.
I actually did scare.
Oh, God.
Well, that's it.
That's
I
it.
reckon.
That's
I mean, just because I was looking.
How can we go any higher?
No, I think
We've really done full circle.
We've been joined by Patrick in the corner, and now we just can't. I can't think about anything else.
No. Please come do pottery with us, Bron.
I would love to.
Learn a new skill.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming. Do you want to, you're doing a show. Where is it?
Comedy
I
Festival.
am
Tell us
people
about
do
it.
it?
Yeah.
People, how do people do it?
it?
I would love people to do it for me. Tell me how to do it.
I'll do it. This is what I do.
All right.
Yeah. Perfect.
Fantastic.
You can be Bron.
Big Bron.
It'll be so much better. You can follow me on socials. There'll be links and bios out the wazoo. And I'll be performing at the Western during Comedy Festival. I've also got a special up on the Comedy Republic YouTube page. You can check that out.
Yes.
But then, I'm
good.
just Bronwyn Kuss on the socials because I think I'm the only one. But
Yep.
Yeah, you are.
I reckon. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bron.
Thanks for having me. This is so much fun.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you liked us, please tell a friend or two. Apparently that's how these things work. We want to acknowledge the incredible stories, culture, resilience and creativity of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities, in particular the beautiful lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nations, where this podcast is recorded. Thank you also to Chris Pickering for the music and Vincent Pickering for the logo and animations. And yes, they are our brothers. We're everywhere.